Okay, so let's look at some of the other things that we can do with this feasibility. First of all, when you've got all of this, you can actually, as I mentioned earlier, you can actually come back here and add your assumptions. And I would suggest that you do that just before you are ready to print this thing. If you are still going back and forth with your iterations, you're going back, changing some numbers and seeing what it looks like, I would suggest that uh, you look at it and you do and you put it right at the end when you finalize that thing. You can come back here, you can share it with other people, you could come back here and leave a comment for the people that you've shared it with. Hey, are you sure that that's all we need? Let's say that's all we need to chip in um, for this project, let's say. And you can put that comment over there, and you can, if you've shared it with other people, you could actually get a link for this. You could actually put their email address over here to see what that email address is going to be. And you can also, if you want to print this thing, you do go the normal way, file, print, and it's all automatically set up to be printed on 2 pages. So if you got your assumptions here, it will get printed. The assumptions will get printed over here, and your details will come up here. So this is all set up. Make sure that you select A4 or whatever it is actually set up for A4 print. But if you use letter, it'll still automatically shrink and try and put that over there. Or the other best way to do that is to actually select the cell that you want to print. Come back till here. Let's say you select all these cells, and then you go print. And over here, instead of that, you click on selected cells. And if you selected certain cells, that's what it'll do. And you could say fit to width or fit to height. If you go fit to height, it'll put that on the same page. If you go fit to width, it'll just fit it by the width. In your margins, you can make them narrow so that you can fit a lot more, a lot easier, and you can adjust and play with all of these things of the way you wanted to print them. The other thing you can do is actually come back here and go publish the web. So entire document as a web page. Yes, I will publish that. Now, what you have to remember is that whatever pages that you've got visible in here, they will also get published. So if you don't want that, just click on that and hide your sheet. Click on that and hide your sheet. And then go File, Publish to Web. It is already published. Copy that link, entire document. And so if you are somewhere else and you open that into another page where you weren't logged in, and you'll see that this is a web page. You can actually share it with anybody. And the only thing that I've seen is that sometimes when it's published at web page, some of the lines that we've got, they don't come out as good. But apart from that, it's totally fine. So you can come back here and stop publishing it if you wanted to. You could click on just stop publishing it, and it's unpublished. And you can save that in your folder as whatever your saving criteria is based on that. So it has a lot of features that you can use. You've got comments, you've got sharing, but it will always check and make sure that you're the person using it, using your email address. So I can go in here and unhide the sheets that I had put in there. So I've got all my sheets over here, and I can quickly come in and change them. You can create another sheet, start from the scratch. If you wanted to, you can delete both of them, start from the scratch. You could save this and make a copy of it, or import or export, or do all of that. You could even export them or print them in a PDF. If you wanted to, you can download them as an Excel file. It won't really give you any formulas. If you try to find the formulas, because the formulas are actually done by coding. So if you were to look at what your input sheet will look like, yeah, it will look like that. But this would only just have different values in them. So yeah, so it's this application is available, and it works on a subscription basis. And I'll now quickly run two different examples, one on the Australian market and one on the international market. And with just some assumptions, we will do two feasibilities very quickly.